do a podcast closer. We got ODB, but it's not old ODB.
OBJ.
OBJ. Probably gonna be that would be my guess in his career.
I'm so excited,
dude. So Saturday went over to my buddy's house, and it was just classic like dudes day, just like playing back, just dicking around, beer, and all these kids were over there, and they had like shown up. They were doing like the St. Patrick's Day thing, all these kids showed up. And they were from like varying fan bases, but for some reason they were mostly from Cincinnati and like the Green Bay area.
Okay.
So I was just talking so much
shit.
And I was like, dude, like first of all, you have to like take what I'm saying with a little bit of a grain of salt right now. I've never really been in like the position to be able to talk shit, but I was wasted on Saturday night, and according to Chris, I bet like 9 different people $100 that the Browns would go undefeated in their division.
In the division, no less.
I think it's possible, man.
It's possible. It's possible for sure.
Dude, I don't know. I like look at it and I'm like,
I just got a text. Jay Ajayi is apparently meeting with the Colts.
Jay Ajayi is?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean, yeah.
He's only all right.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of him.
No, dude. I understand that betting mentality. When it was I went to Quincy, Illinois for Labor Day, and I had a buddy who's a Chiefs fan, and we were both just like shit canned, obviously. And he ended up betting me like, I don't remember what the bet was, but he bet me like $200, something about the Browns. I'm sure he won because I was like, no way, and the Browns were not good enough to be making that kind of bet on. But yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Dude, like at the very least, it's just fun to make those bets because like we've never made them before.
Oh yeah.
This light is shining extremely bad on my face. Like I have super greasy skin. Not that sweaty.
I have super greasy skin. I've been sick for 3 days, and I've been sitting in my hot ass room ever since I got home from work. So
just trying to sweat it out.
You gotta sweat it out, dude. Last night I slept in a hoodie. Right now I've got long johns and sweatpants on. Got to do it.
Gotta just go up on the NyQuil hard. That's what I do. I just bang it out.
Oh yeah, I've just been sleeping.
Go ahead.
All I've been doing is just sleeping, just drinking fluids. My coworkers were like, "Why don't you go to the doctor?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah, it's not that serious.
No, come on now. I'll be fine.
Yeah, it's like it just sucks being sick as an adult.
It does. It's not fun.
I guess like you're like I guess we've both been still at our parents' place, so they've kind of been taking care of us. But getting sick at school,
it's not fun.
Not fun at all. And honestly, like half the time I got sick at school, I was like, should I just like go home?
Yeah,
I got it.
Like, I did go to the doctor. What was it? A week ago. We haven't talked since my injury.
Oh, what's your injury?
So I was at work last weekend, not this last weekend, the weekend before that, and trying to think of a good way to preface this. So whatever, we're striking these shows, right? And we've got all these metal base plates that we hook pipe and drape into to like set a scenic or whatever, make it look nice, Mm-hmm. And so these little metal, they're not little, they're like hard to do on a camera. They're pretty big, 35 pounds a piece, just solid metal sheets basically. And we're picking them up, we're loading them onto a cart. It's probably a little lower than your waist, somewhere around that area. And I'm lifting up these base plates, and as I lift up, I kind of did that shrinking motion, you do with your whole body when you lift something. And I guess I draped myself onto the cart, the more sensitive areas, and then I dropped those base plates on the cart, and I smashed my penis with 70 pounds of weight. I went down, dude. I went down and I blacked out. Like, I don't know what I said. I just was rolling on the floor in pain. I literally, I thought my dick was gone. Like, I thought it just didn't exist. Like, I thought it just disappeared. I've broken bones that hurt less than this did. It was so fucking painful, man.
You had to go to the doctor. It was that bad.
The fucked up thing was I probably should have gone to the doctor immediately. Like, I cut myself, I was bleeding a little bit, and I'm not kidding. I went to the bathroom and I watched in real time as like my penis changed from a normal color to a very, very dark purplish black. It was terrifying. Fucking terrifying. It was so awful, man. And then so I went to the work. What's that?
You just did you stay at work after that?
Yeah. We were almost done. That was the fucked up thing. Like, so we only had like an hour and a half left. So I was like, all right, I got to finish this out. I went home, iced my dick. And the next morning, my dad was like, he's like, you need to go to the doctor. Because he was like concerned that like, he was like, you're not going to be able to have children now. Like, you broke your dick. And so I went to the doctor. The funniest part about this is I have two more things that make this a funnier story. So I went to the doctor. I went to the urgent care. And the male nurse guy comes in to like I told the like person who checked me in what happened. And then he comes in, he's like, yeah, they're probably going to have me come back in here because I'm the only man on the staff today. I was like, that's fine. Like, whatever. Like, this is a medical thing. Like, I'm not squeamish about it. Don't care. So the doctor comes in there and she's like, all right, let's take a look. Take my pants down. The guy goes, oh my God. Ouch. I was like, yep, thank you, sir. Like, that's how you know when a medical professional, like, that's how you know you fucked yourself up. It was bad. The best part about it, dude, so we're doing the strike, right? We had two different shows. And so the first show we're doing, it's early in the morning, and they have like a music trivia competition going on in the room next to us. And they were playing Dick in a Box. And I made a joke about it to one of my friends. I was like, hey, they're playing Dick in a Box. That's funny. And then the smashing happened. And I was driving home listening to a Pardon My Take, the one where they talked to Dennis Rodman. And the first thing they talked to him about is how he's broken his dick like 3 times. I was like, it's full circle.
I guess, yeah, dude. Like, as long as you didn't smash your balls.
Oh, I'd have died. I really think I wouldn't have made it out of there.
Well, it's like as long as you can have kids or whatever, who really cares?
Everything still works. I can confirm it all still works. It was terrible though, man. It was so terrible. Lots of jokes around the office though.
Yeah, I'm sure. God almighty.
It's finally back.
How many girl coworkers do you have?
What's that?
How many girls are around when you did it?
None, thank Christ.
Oh, yeah,
just a bunch of dudes. My one buddy, he thought I smashed my finger. He's like laughing at me. He's like, they're like, oh, what happened? The other guys who were there. He's like, what happened? He's like, oh, Nate smashed his finger. I go, you smashed my dick, you fucker. And then they just started laughing. Which, I mean, it's funny. Wow. It's funny. It just is.
Right. There's no denying.
Getting hurt. Yeah.
Right. There's no denying.
No. I hate that it happened to me. I never want it to happen again, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like you said, like your friend gets hurt, unless they die or they're paralyzed.
Yeah, it's funny.
Even then.
Yeah.
I mean,
it might take some time, but we'll laugh eventually.
Yeah, right. Eventually.
Yeah.
Like, he's had all sorts of terrible penis injuries that, he didn't know how they were going to turn out, but eventually he laughs about them.
Exactly.
He could counsel you on them, dude. Seriously, he's had like 9 different surgeries on his dick.
That's wild.
He's like, his one ball didn't drop. He like scraped his dick falling off a bike.
Oh.
I don't even like. Then he had something bad happen to him from his ball surgery like years later.
Oh my God.
I know. He's just had a bad run. He really has.
And you hate to see it. You really do.
You do. It's to any man.
Truly. I mean, it was truly terrible. It was so bad. Oh gosh.
So do you want to play I guess we can't really go game by game. I was going to say we could play the schedule game now that we have Odell Beckham Jr.
Ooh, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. I'm pulling it up.
But we don't know our exact schedule, but I do have it pulled up here. I do have who we will play.
Yeah.
So we play the AFC East, who are definitely going to beat the Bills and the Rams.
You think we're gonna beat the Rams?
Or I mean, not the Rams. I just looked at them. No,
I was gonna say.
Yes, I do. I do think we're gonna beat the Rams.
Ooh.
I do.
Ooh.
I think, dude. I like look at the Browns, and I think that if Austin Corbett is good,
sure,
and the person that we find to replace Peppers replaces him,
yeah,
I see no reason we shouldn't go to the AFC Championship game. Like, no reason.
So we've got Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, Dolphins, Bills, Seahawks, Rams, Titans at home. I mean, it's a pretty good home schedule. And road, we got the division, Jets, Pats. Cardinals stink.
That's 2020, right? I'm looking at, 2019, right? Or no, we're playing.
No, yeah, this is it. 2019-2020 season, yeah.
We play the Titans at home next year?
Yeah, says we do.
Huh. The one I'm looking at says we play the Bills, Dolphins, Rams, Seahawks. Oh yeah, you're right. Mine's just not fit in. There we go. Because it says the same place.
That's a good home schedule for sure. I mean,
it is.
Everyone in our division is beatable. The Dolphins stink. The Bills stink.
Trying to think who our. I bet our home opener will probably be somebody like the Steelers. Week 2 would be my guess, because everyone's saying that we're going to play the Patriots on Thursday Night Football to open the season. Which
that would be.
Oh, dude, I think it's pretty much a done deal. Like according to Jordan, he said that it's like that. Like the Browns have like 4 or 5 games on primetime, and that it's gonna be Browns Patriots to open the season. He said
I mean, dude, this shit is shaping up for a historic run that could be the greatest sports moment of our or our parents' lives.
Dude.
But it's also setting up to be a historic run with another moment that is engraved in Cleveland sports history.
Now, because at least for right now, even if something like Red Right 88 or the fumble or the drop happens, we're at least in a position, like if it happens in 5 years, that would be bad. But if this happens now, it's kind of just like dude, as long as the Browns make the playoffs this season, then the season is a success, 100% in my eyes.
Oh, absolutely.
Just get in, good.
Yeah.
Then I'll go, all right, just get to the AFC Championship game. Don't care. You know what I mean? Just kind of like a good cycle like that. You know, just
if we make it, the season's complete, and everything after that is just like icing on the cake and showing us what the future could be.
Right. But still, I just look at teams in the AFC. It's like, who are going to be threats to us? Like, I really don't even know. It's like the Chiefs and the Patriots. It's like, dude,
and the Pats.
I kind of think we're better than the Chiefs.
Chargers?
Maybe. Like we're better than them too.
Yeah.
Like I can't believe saying it, but like you look at our defense and just like, I think we are.
I can't say it yet. I'm too jaded. I've been hurt too many times that I can't say it yet.
I'm just full blown, completely like, dude, seriously, like if Corbett is a good guard, and because if he sucks, that's going to be pretty brutal.
Yeah,
that's going to be pretty brutal because they're going to lose this center next year, and kind of like keep going. Like I don't want to have to invest in that every single time.
No.
So like, I feel like we're probably going to take a safety with the pick in the second round. I haven't actually looked at who. Let's see. Walter.
I was going to say I'm not sure what our draft projections are. I heard at one point we were thinking about getting a tight end from Iowa.
Well, we just signed a tight end.
That's what So that's off the table.
Let's see.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I would take a safety for sure. Like, not even thinking about it, because like our safeties weren't even that good last year, and and we just lost our best one. So let's see who they have us taking. They have us taking Walter Football, which I think is the best draft website. Jamel Dean, cornerback out of Auburn. The Browns hit a home run with Denzel Ward last year. They'll need to find a solid. So they're saying this guy's a solid starter, has great size and tremendous potential.
All right.
I like that. I could do that.
I could do that as well.
That's just what I feel like we need to do. I feel like it's got to either be a safety or a cornerback. Like, I mean, I'm not going to be pissed either way, but there's really, like, other than offensive line, I can't really think of a place that we really
need help. No. God, isn't that weird to say? Isn't that weird to think about? Shocking.
I think you said it in the text posse. I think that we should sign Blake Bortles to be our backup quarterback.
I didn't say that, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, no, I 100% think we should. Maybe it's Noel.
Dude, if the thing is, like, people are hot on the Browns now. The Browns train is going to pick up here. If they're good, it's going to pick up. Like, we're going to have bandwagon fans. We're going to be rooting for us. Like, it's going to be wild.
I feel like we don't even really, like, at least I don't. I, like, have kind of, like, compartmentalized the fact that after 8 games next season, the Browns will have the best running back in the NFL.
Right?
It's like, dude, like, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, like, it sucks that he's on the team, sort of, but, like, I'm ready to move on.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a second chance.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
So when do they build the Dorsey statue? Is it after they make it to the playoffs or when they win the AFC Championship game?
I think it has to wait. It has to wait till there's a Super Bowl clinched.
Okay.
I feel like there needs to be, like, a statue of, like, the phone call between Baker and John Dorsey or something like that.
It'll be like a tandem statue. It'll be Dorsey with his sweater, his Air Dorseys, Baker hanging dong, OBJ shirtless like he was on the boat,
right?
And just Jarvis.
I love it. Just like build 4 right away. I like that.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
Gotta have Miles there too.
Oh, of course, naturally. God, like, it is shocking. It is shocking the amount of good players that the Browns actually have now.
I know.
It's so like, weird.
Like, every single Brown season, I'm like, damn, dude, like, or like not like the past couple, but like most Brown seasons, I look at the team, I'm like, well, you know, I have no hope because it's the Browns. But like before the season starts, I
like
look at the Browns
and I'm like, pan out.
You know, like this guy's not that bad. If he just does what he needs to do, man, like we could surprise some people, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna suck if Freddie Kitchens is a bad coach. I don't think he's gonna be well, though, man.
I hope not. I think that's the biggest mystery. I think at this point, honestly,
definitely. But like, dude, like I said, I'm not nervous about it. I just can admit at least that it's like the biggest. Like,
it's the biggest question for sure.
I don't think it will be a problem. I think he's the shit. Just the way the offense ran last year is too, like, the people we brought in are really smart, and I don't know. I'm not that nervous about it at all.
I don't think I've ever been more excited for a football season in my 24, soon to be 25 years of life.
Everybody on The Athletic is saying that this is going to be the most anticipated sports season in the history of Cleveland sports. And I would say it definitely is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, dude, like, I'm not even kidding that I was here the day that we got Odell Beckham Jr., and this is not an exaggeration, that I was like, damn, I, like, want to live in Cleveland again. Like, I was like, this, like, sucks. Like,
right?
I want to be away from this team. Like, I want to go to every game. But, like,
right?
Dude, that's what's sick is that the Browns backers are legitimately as good of, like, a second-class experience. Like, if you're not going to go to the Browns game, going to the Browns backers bar is close.
Oh, yeah.
It's close. Like, I don't know. I'm very excited to be a very avid Browns backer in my adult life.
I'm excited to talk some shit, man. I'm excited to be good and talk some shit.
Me too.
We deserve it.
We do. Especially after just the past few years. Just like,
seriously.
I feel like it's a very Cleveland thing what happened in that it was LeBron won the title and then – or the Cavs won the title. I guess I shouldn't say LeBron won the title.
Kyrie won it.
Yeah, seriously. Kyrie and Kevin Love
won the title.
That fake-ass bitch LeBron. So it's like we won the title, and it was pretty much like we had to have the Indians frustrate us as, like, penance.
Bring us back down, yeah.
The Cavs doing well. And, like, now, like, I don't know. This Cavs season is so frustrating because they don't even seem like they're that bad. Like in the Indians, like they've just their windows seem to be closing. Like
I'm worried about the Tribe. I'm excited for baseball, but I'm nervous.
I am not like I'm excited for baseball to exist again.
Sure.
But like this season, I've told myself that like I'm not even like this is the first time I did this a couple seasons ago and it worked out really well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like I know I'm not going to give a fuck about baseball after opening day, and
sure.
So it's like I'm excited for opening day.
Yeah.
But I have a second opening day that in my eyes is pretty much like the first game of baseball after the NBA playoffs are over.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, like I'm ready to start paying attention to baseball again. But dude, I just have a really bad feeling about this Indian season, man. I just have a bad feeling about this organization going forward. I feel like we've dumped everybody to try and keep somebody that God only knows if he's going to even stay. Like Buster Olney was on the really big in Cleveland, and he was saying that he doesn't think Lindor is going to re-sign here.
Yeah, which sucks because he is like our guy. I love Frankie, and I will like Frankie forever. I will always like watching him play, but I have a feeling they're not going to be able to give him what he's worth or what he thinks he deserves, and it's going to melt. And
if they say they can't give him that money, then they're lying.
Oh, for sure.
Saying that they're like then they're just cheaping out.
Yeah,
but I think that they're kind of clearing it so that they can give him the max.
I think that I'm okay with that. I am okay with that.
On a discount, Kluber's on a discount. You know what I mean? Like, just lock up Lindor. He's the like dude. He'll secure the team for 10 years or whatever his contract is. Sign him to like more than Bryce Harper. Like, it's just gonna suck because Mike Trout's a free agent next year, and he's just gonna fuck up the scale for everybody.
Yeah, he is.
It's like I've been reading articles about how like for him to like actually get paid, like so it's like the scales that these GMs use to pay these players is very like computerized at this point. You know what I mean? It's like they take your WAR pretty much and you're paid based on that.
Yeah.
And I've just read articles that say that like if the scale that it seems like these GMs are using is the scale that they're using, and they're valuing Bryce Harper and Manny Machado as X or whatever.
Sure.
That like Mike Trout like would need to get paid like $47 million. I think it was like $47 million in his first season, which means like at the end of his contract he would make like $63 million in one season.
That's insane.
Like
that's a lot of fucking money.
And it's just like that's what Lindor's going. That's what we're going to be kind of working with Lindor. I bet. Like,
for sure.
Like they say that like Bryce Harper's deal is both very team friendly and very friendly to Bryce Harper because he's making a bunch of money, but they're paying him over so many years that like
he's not unless they trade him, he's not going anywhere. Like that's a spot now for the rest of his career.
They structured his contract so that like he's getting paid more in these years where he's like actually doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going to be like Pujols, you know what I mean? Where it's like you're paying him this crazy amount of money and like Pujols' contract just goes up as he's gotten worse. So it's like Bryce Harper, his contract goes up and then it goes down when it's kind of like projected that he's going to get worse.
Yeah.
Which just kind of makes sense. But like, I feel like Lindor is kind of good enough to where like if the Indians want him bad enough, which they clearly do, or they wouldn't have pulled some of the moves they pulled this offseason.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. I mean, but if they lose him, they're fucked. They are fucked.
Oh yeah, it'll fall apart. It'll fall apart.
Yeah, they will. I mean, I think we have him through 21.
I think so.
I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, 21. But like I said, I don't have very high hopes for this Indians team. Like one starter injury, we're in huge trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But we've got the Browns to look forward to. So
that's exactly right.
We're from Cleveland. We can only have one good team at a time.
Right.
And I'm okay with that.
Dude,
I'm okay with that.
If that has to we've really never had the Indians be like how they were the years like right before we were born. So it's like you know what? I'll sacrifice a few years for the Indians, man.
Sure.
They can kind of I know we were talking a couple weeks ago about we would be most pumped if the Indians won the World Series, but
yes. But I can hold off on that. I can wait now.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. It's like I've kind of accepted their fate already, if that makes sense. Like I've kind of already been, yeah, this team's probably not going to win shit. But
dude, if the Browns make a playoff run, or if they're fucking good, or they just start like being like consistently fucking good, that's all I'll need. That's all I'll need.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like because it just consumes everything else in sports. When the NFL comes, so it's like I don't know, man. I think that this year the Browns are warranting maybe you guys making 2 trips.
I think so. I definitely think so.
I think you guys got to come in for a division game, and then you guys got to come in for a separate game.
I don't hate the idea. My dad has already booked a hotel in Miami. I think that's a bold thing to do. Also, I said that if that were to happen, I think I would rather be in Cleveland than in Miami.
If I was going to the game and I was going to be in the building, I would rather go to Miami. But if I wasn't, I was not. But I kind of have to say that if the Browns made the Super Bowl, I would think that like our dads should kind of maybe
money. I would take all the money I've saved this year and fucking blow it. I would
blow
I would go into debt.
And then I would be like, all right, let's. It's a little help here. I feel like it's just right. Like if you were my son, I would do it. If you really want to watch a Super Bowl without me, the thing that I just can't stand is just like I just wouldn't want to watch a Super Bowl with my dad. He just drives me insane watching football with him. Doesn't know shit about football.
My dad, he was going on this whole rant yesterday. He's like, all right, we're gonna go down. We'll be there for the Super Bowl. They'll win. We'll get hammered. We'll take the red eye to Cleveland that night. Join the riot downtown. We'll be at the airport when they get back the next day. We'll stay for the parade. I'm like, damn, that's like a week. That's a bender. That's a fucking bender.
It's like something that only like the biggest baller on earth could do. Because first of all, you couldn't take a red eye because the game you're in the same time zone.
Exactly.
So you would just be getting back to Cleveland really late. Now you could, if you plan it out. So if you if let's say you left at the game ended, the Super Bowl ends kind of early because the game starts at like 6.
Yeah. So
you could probably be in Cleveland by 12 and be in downtown by 1.
And the riot would still be going on.
It's an hour to go to a bar. And then there's big after hours parties, I'm sure. It's worth it.
I mean, someone ate horse shit when the Cavs won a championship. There's going to be people like eating each other in the streets of Cleveland if the Browns win Super Bowl.
Like eating horse shit off a plate with like forks and knives and like brought it from home.
There will be a lot of shit eaten if the Browns win a Super Bowl.
Oh, there will be. There's a lot of shit eaten almost at a lot of Brown Sundays. Just like a Cleveland delicacy, sadly.
Fuck, man. I'm so optimistic. I mean, what could go wrong?
Only injuries, man. Like,
yeah.
Seriously. And that really could go wrong. Yeah. I'm telling you that we should play I really don't want Odell Beckham Jr. to play in the preseason at all. Like, I know he needs, rapport with Baker or whatever, but fuck the preseason, man.
No, I don't care. I don't want Baker to play. I don't want any of them to play.
Yeah, I don't want Baker to play either. I just have more faith that Baker won't get hurt than Odell Beckham.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Dude, apparently Baker, this kid that I met who is this fucking tool that I met on Saturday is, real estate dude, douchebag, our age, just bro. You would just know the exact type.
I can see him.
And yeah, basically, you already knew his hair was slicked back. I didn't even need to tell you.
Yeah.
He was saying that he lives in West Hollywood, and he goes you know what Equinox is?
Yes.
It's in he said that he sees Baker at the one in West Hollywood every day. And I was like, oh, so I'm going over to the Equinox in West Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Genuflect, we are not worthy. Dude, that's insane. I was really thinking, do I go over there?
Yeah. Should we go right now?
But no, I feel like Baker's out here to like hide from Cleveland fans, so I kind of respect it.
I'm okay with it.
But I really do want to be like, dude, like I told your wife to tell you good luck the day before your career was like, dude, seriously.
You met his wife? Are they married?
So Baker's girlfriend, fiance, or whatever at the time.
They're engaged. I know they're engaged.
I think it was his girlfriend at the time. She came into Heinen's super early in the morning on the Thursday of the Jets game. Yeah. And I didn't even know it was her. I just knew that it was for certain the hottest girl that had ever come into Heinen's before. So I was like, holy shit, this girl is so hot. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. And she had no makeup on. Like, she just came through my line. I was like, damn, this girl's so hot. So she puts her credit card through, and the name comes up on the screen of the credit card of the name on the credit card, and it came up as Baker Mayfield. And I was like, well, I'm sure it's not just like the other Baker Mayfield in Cleveland. Yeah. But, you know what I mean? Like, so I was like, hey, like, tell him good luck tonight. Like, we're all really pulling for him. She's like, all right, I will. That's killer. She told him good luck from me.
Dude, you turned the whole team around.
I did. It's like, dude, there's John Dorsey and there's me.
1A, 1B.
Like, dude, I have to say, and I know I'm just setting myself up for disappointment here, but I have to say that I actually do kind of want to ask Baker if I ever meet him and be like, dude, did your wife tell you good luck from someone at the grocery store before you played the Jets game?
He'd probably just be like, yeah, totally, man. Even if she did, I mean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah. Oh, hell yeah, man. Thanks.
It would be like the best moment of my life if he said yes. So, like, I would truly go to my grave believing that it was like, well, that was me right there. Like,
that's tombstone level shit. Like, helped turn the Cleveland Browns around by wishing Baker Mayfield a good game.
Dude, I would honestly maybe even say member of the championship winning Cleveland Browns.
You should get a ring.
I really should. Definitely. A full one, too. Not like one of the team ones either.
No. Oh, yeah. Or at least get to be in the parade. Like, you should at least get a float.
Right. And, like, I feel like get to fly with the team. You know, we need to get this podcast big enough so where we can interview somebody like they did on Pardon My Take and be like, yeah, exactly. So I can go into a booth. Yeah. Like they did to Sean McVay. That's sick.
Except we will actually take that offer because we're diehards and we don't give a fuck about whoring ourselves out.
Yeah, true. And we will not be so fucking stupid that we are banned by the NFL.
True that.
And be able to go into the game and not get arrested.
No,
that was couldn't be what they did, where they made it seem like PFT was at the.
That was actually very funny.
It was. It was an ingenious idea too.
It was.
It's awesome that they get like Adam Schefter and people to be on the podcast, but they're still somehow like banned by the NFL.
It's I know. Well, it's because people like that realize they're like, this is what like Roger Goodell and the NFL execs. They just got sticks up their butts, man. They're old school fucking media, and people like Schefter, like people who go on that show. I mean, anyone who goes on that show realizes that they are popular. That is what young people like. It's what the millennials like. Right. So they're trying to spread their brand by helping their brand because their brand is popular. Pardon My Take is popular. So,
and it's not like what they say it is either. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I'm just kind of over like the like saying Barstool is like so bad. Like, dude, there's definitely bad things about it, and like. The way that like Prez like six people on like six like stoolies on people is definitely fucked up. Yeah. But it's like, dude, if we're gonna like say that people having bad fan bases makes them evil, then there's like so many things that we could just rule out. It's like, okay, well, like Taylor Swift is, you know what I mean? It's just like think about like, you know, it's like the argument would be that like they say more flagrantly sexist stuff and they act it's like they really don't. I mean, like I don't really know what evidence like. Has there been evidence of like workplace harassment at Barstool? No. So it's like Barstool isn't meant to be this like gender study about like men and women. You know what I mean? No. It's like it's a website for guys. Yeah. Whatever. Like no one's saying girls can't read it. If you want to, go ahead.
Yeah. And they've changed, like they've expanded that to like Chicks in the Office. Chicks in the Office is very funny. And
Right.
like they have Call Her Daddy now, which is super popular. I don't listen to it because it makes me uncomfortable because those women are too attractive for me to even listen to their voices.
Right.
Just, I'm like, why are you talking in my car? This isn't right.
Right. This would never happen.
Do you know who cracks my shit up? Speaking of women at Barstool, do you follow Kate on Twitter? Good Twitter follow. She's very funny. She tweets some absurd things, but very
just
funny.
Barstool Kate.
Yeah. I will say, I was kind of mad at Barstool this morning. Well, I guess this afternoon when I got home, I was laying in bed trying to take a nap, scrolling through the Twitter, and I saw this video of this. In short, they posted a video of a dog getting killed on their Twitter, and it was super fucked up. It's like this 1.5 minute long video of all these people on the highway trying to like save this dog, and they're like out of their cars and running around, and you think they're gonna grab it at the end, and at the end it hops over the median into the other side where cars are going like 70 miles a fucking hour, and the video just stops.
Dude.
Yeah, it was fucked. It very much ruined my afternoon.
Did they delete it?
No, as of like it was up there for a while. I sent it to my buddies because my buddy was like, I can't find it. They must have deleted it. I was like, oh no, it's still here. I'm looking at it. Let me see. Someone did say, I will say, someone responded to it and said the dog didn't die, but you watch the video, that dog got flattened like a fucking pancake. I hate to say it, but there's no way that tiny little dog made it out of there. Yeah, the first reply is, yeah, just tweet a video of a dog dying. Great content.
Is it just on the Barstool Sports Twitter account?
Yeah, you want me to send it to you?
Yeah.
You don't see anything fucked up. Like, you don't see a dog die, but it's implied heavily.
It puts you in a bad headspace.
Oh, very much so. Very much so. It's 1 minute and 45 seconds long, too. That's the fucked up thing. So you're assuming, like, they're going to get him at the end, right? Like, I've watched this for 2 minutes. There's got to be a positive payoff. No, there's not. And it's in fucking Canada, man. Freaking Canadians.
Seriously, you'd think that they would be all about like helping people out.
I'm not actually going to disparage Canada. I like Canada. The times I've been there, it's been very nice.
I've only been to Canada for like a hockey tournament where I like got there, played the game in Canada, and immediately drove back across the border.
Really?
Not exciting. And I do want to go. I need to just do more traveling in general. That's one of the reasons I kind of decided like to just go back to Cleveland for right now for the next couple of weeks. It's like,
yeah,
need to just save some money a little bit. It's like, at this rate, I'm going to get a place and like have no money to spend doing anything else.
Sure.
Dang it. I cannot get this to load. Maybe they did delete it.
They might have. Let me see. People weren't exactly happy about it, I will say. It's still on mine. Like, I can still watch it.
I think my phone is just being a huge piece of shit right now. For whatever reason. Oh, well. I'll watch it later. All right.
Tournament pick'em thing. Side note. We need to have that in by tonight, or do the first 4 games not count? Like, can we wait until after the first 4 and then do it?
Are those tomorrow?
I think they start tomorrow. Yeah. Let me look it up.
Or just try and like. I guess it's really just have it in by the time the game starts.
Yeah, tomorrow is 2 of the first. Yeah, so wait a minute. Hold on. What the fuck? Yeah, tomorrow at 5:40, tomorrow at 8:10, and then Wednesday at 5:40 and Wednesday at 8:10. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm bad at the fucking tournament thing. Like, it's fun. There was one year where
college football or college basketball. I don't know anything about college basketball, so I just read about it right before and bet on what those people say to bet.
I mean, that's usually what I do. I mean, this is the first year I haven't been working college basketball. So, like, usually I would have, like, some semblance of an idea what's going on around the NCAA. But this year I only worked, like, 3 or 4 basketball games. So, I don't know. I haven't talked about it with anyone. I haven't been keeping up with it. Like,
you're out of
Zion's fucking good. I know that. I want him on the Cavs, but
I'd say I'm going to, like, I don't know. I really am just going to do a lot of, like, old school, dumb, suspicious bullshit. Like, I'm just going to flip a coin for some games.
Hell yeah.
just gonna pick who I want to win in some games. I'm gonna pick it like a girl whose name I want more. Sometimes I'll just like
which mascot's cuter.
Dude, seriously, like I am not above that, and it does pay off a lot of the time.
I saw a BuzzFeed article today. It was the ways to make a NCAA bracket if you know nothing about sports and don't want to learn. And the one that made me laugh the most was look at pictures of all the coaches and find the one that looks most like your pet because that team is going to win the national championship. I was like, that's pretty fucking funny. That's pretty good.
I gotta look that up. Just take them straight through.
Oh God.
Well, yeah, I'll text the group and tell everybody to make sure to have their shit in because I think it does count now that there's like 4 playing games.
Yeah,
like last year.
I think it probably has to be by tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, right, well, did you? Okay, so some of my friends, I sent you that thing for my work, right? This shit pissed me off so much. I was so mad. I got an email from work this morning. It's like, hey, we're doing a bracket challenge. I'm like, oh, it's March 18th. That's awesome. This is a fun thing that people do in the office. And I click on it, and it takes me to that fucking thing and says, don't forget to do your cybersecurity training with Defendify. What kind of a wet blanket nerd does that shit? It's so
an IT
guy.
Fucking IT guy.
Fucking IT guys. I told my dad, he's like, you're on the list now. They're gonna make fun of you. I'm like, make fun of me? I'm gonna make fun of them for sending that shit. Like, I want to do a bracket challenge.
It's like, dude, but like, I know for a fact if an email is a scam.
Yeah.
If you don't, you are a fucking moron.
So that's the thing. He was like, well, clearly you didn't do the training. I was like, no, it was sent from our IT department. The guy who literally is in the building next to mine sent it to me on a Monday after selection Sunday.
There's no like typos in it or anything, I'm guessing. You know what I mean?
No.
It's like, dude, it's so obvious when something is a scam on email. It's so obvious. Like, those things are just not necessary.
Yeah.
What do you think of Captain Marvel? That was another thing I had on my outline.
I liked it. So the Lights Camera Barstool guys, Trill said it today. He said he didn't want to compare it as like an appetizer for Avengers Endgame, but it kind of was. Like, I'm super fucking hyped for Avengers. Super fucking hyped. And I liked Captain Marvel. Like, I thought it was good. I thought it was funny. I thought the action and the parts that were good were really, really good. But then the parts that weren't as good were really boring.
Horrible. Horrible.
So, like, it was a good movie. It was a good Marvel movie, right. But
I just don't understand. Like, when people are like saying that it's bad on the internet, like when people are saying that it was a bad movie.
It wasn't a bad movie.
To me, it's kind of like, first of all, it's kind of like, well, it's a Marvel movie, so like, kind of no shit, it's not a great movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's not Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Right.
It's not A Star Is Born. It's not Bohemian Rhapsody.
Right. It's like, it's its own thing. Like, at this point, they're basically just making like really long episodes of TV that you just kind of need to see what happens at the end.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so, and like dude, so it sucked because, I went to see it at the El Capitan, which is right in like the big theater district of Hollywood. Like, it's right across from the Chinese and the Dolby Theater. And it's owned by Disney. So it was like, I think like there was a lot of nerds at this.
Sure.
And they just hit all the beats like so well. Like, have you ever been at a movie on opening weekend where it's like, where you're supposed to laugh you know what I mean? Like, when you're like, you could cheer, people actually cheer in a movie. And like, what the fuck are you cheering? And so, dude, like in the scene after where she like pops up to talk to Black Widow and Captain America, everyone was cheering so loud that I couldn't even hear what she said.
She says, where's Fury? That's it.
And then what happens in the second one?
The second one, the cat is Nick Fury's desk, and the cat pops up and pukes up the Tesseract.
Right.
It was good. I mean, it was entertaining. I thought Ben Mendelsohn was the best part of the movie, if I'm being honest.
Definitely.
His character was by far the best, by far the funniest. Like, him being afraid of the cat was great.
Did he die?
No, I don't think so. No,
No.
he goes with her. Like, she takes them to help them find their new homeworld.
Right.
I do think so. They were talking about this on Lights Camera too. Like, so the Russo brothers are the kings of misdirection in their trailers, in their posters. Everything they do is misdirection. Like, they had the clip of Hulk running through Wakanda that didn't happen in the last one. And they were speculating. They said they wouldn't put it past them if like 90% of the stuff we've seen in the trailers is all just for the trailers.
Definitely.
So, like, and I've seen people break it down. Like, there's one scene, like in the trailer, there's a scene where Tony's back with him. So, like, the first trailer, we're like, oh, Tony might just fucking die in space. Like, he might just be gone. But then now we know that he gets back. It looks like Captain Marvel and Thor are gonna be a team. Like, they're gonna go do their thing because they're not with them like in the airport with the white suits on and all that shit.
Right.
Which I'm cool with. I mean, they're the what is it? So 2 and 3 of the top 3 strongest Avengers. So that's kind of cool.
And now they have number 1.
What's that?
Now they have like Captain Marvel's there, so they have 1, 2, and 3 at this point.
1, 2, and 3. See, it varies. I guess Captain Marvel probably harnessing the power of an Infinity Stone probably makes you the strongest. I still think Hulk is my dude. He's fucking awesome. I hope we get Professor Hulk or whatever it is, where it's like Bruce Banner's brain with Hulk's strength. That would be fucking dope.
I do too. I feel like we have to.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
we need a lot of Hulk.
I totally agree, and I think he is supposed to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
They should make his own movie with Mark Ruffalo. I feel like.
I agree.
But I don't think they will.
No,
maybe they will. I think they're making a show. They're making so much more Marvel content with this Disney streaming platform that's coming out.
Oh God, yeah.
Every single Marvel hero has their own show coming out.
You're gonna get a Loki show.
Yeah. See, no, I'm pretty sure you are getting a Loki show.
You are getting a Loki. That I know is confirmed.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
I don't know what else. Definitely. Well, whatever. That streaming platform is gonna be sick.
Oh, hell yeah! I'm actually very excited for it. I have a bunch of friends who are all poopy about it. They're like, I don't want to pay more to watch all this shit. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, you pay for Hulu and Netflix it's an extra 15 fucking bucks. Who cares? Like, whatever.
I honestly think that will be the point where you do not need to have, like, it's just live sports. That will be the only thing that makes it so that you need to have cable.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, but you have live sports on Hulu.
Right. Yeah, exactly. If you just pay a little extra.
Yeah.
But, like, think about they're going to have on just Disney Plus, they'll have all Fox TV shows and movies, all ABC TV shows and all ABC Family TV shows and all Disney Channel TV shows and all Disney movies. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? Maybe they'll start broadcasting games on ABC on there and stuff.
God, that would be sick.
It would be. I feel like they will. That's just what the thing to do is.
I'm okay with it too because it helps my Disney stock.
You have Disney stock?
Yeah, I have a little bit.
Oh, smart.
That's the only thing that I have. It's the only stock I have. But yeah,
I need to start getting into that world more, like just reading about it more and knowing more about it. Because I definitely, like, I would love to just be able to just meet somebody and have like a full blown stocks conversation, like the way I do about sports.
So I have a buddy. He works for TD Ameritrade here, and before he moved back here a year before I did, and before he did that, when I was living on my own, me and him, like, we had a fucking regiment. He would come over, we would get baked, we'd go to the gym, and then we'd go swim in my pool, and we would like talk about that shit. I mean, we talk about other shit too, sports and movies and whatever, but like, since he has a brain for it, we would like go back and forth about it, our different ideas and stuff. And super interesting. Like, I'm not that smart on it, I'll be honest. I'm not that good at it. But that dude knows his shit.
I feel like once you just like get like 10 or just like an amount of money that you can just kind of like spend a lot of time reading about it. Sure. You know what I mean? And have it kind of diversified. That's when you kind of know about it. But I almost feel like you kind of need to get like a stockbroker or something.
Oh God, yeah. I'm not smart enough to do that shit on my own.
Me neither. The nice thing is Chris's dad is like literally the best stockbroker in Cleveland.
Well, there you go.
I'm kind of hoping I can just be like, hey, yo, dude, can you give me some tips that I won't pay you for?
Make me some money, please.
Yeah. No, I'm not, like, I just don't want to pay you. So like, I'm not going to like give you my money to invest, but just like tell me where I should invest it, and I'll just do it. But I'm not going to pay you.
We'll keep it on the hush. Right, I totally won't talk about it on my podcast that will be put out to people.
Well, it's not even really insider trading, right? It's just I'm just not paying it.
What's the hot goss? You know, spill the tea. Let's see what's going on.
Right. I don't know for a fact. It's just a little tip.
Yeah, you know? Exactly.
Someone that knows really well. That is going to give me the information for free.
Yeah, totally.
Better be.
Oh God. So, do you watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, who doesn't at this point?
I'm an asshole nerd about Game of Thrones, man.
That's okay. I am too.
But it might not surprise you, but like I read the books and got obsessed with the books and I'm still obsessed with the books, and they've changed it so much in such bad ways, in my opinion, that like I'm excited for this season for sure.
Of course. Yeah.
But like I have to say that especially after last season, I'm more just kind of pissed at the people that make it than I am like I just kind of want to see how they say it ends.
Oh,
but
yeah.
For me, it's almost like a fan fiction version of how Game of Thrones ends.
Sure.
You know, they took Game of Thrones and they wrote like their TV version of it or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, I know what really is going to happen. And like, it's way crazier, man. It's way crazier. Like, I really don't get why they changed it. Did you read the books?
No. So I didn't read the books, but I lived with a kid for 2.5 years that was fucking obsessed with them and has read them like a billion times. So I feel like I've basically read them. Like I know, like the thing that I was so hoping that they would put in there was Lady Stoneheart or whatever, just going around just fucking murdering Freys and shit. Oh, I wanted that so bad.
I guess that like they pretty much just had like Arya replace her a little bit.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Doing all the Freys at once, but like do you know what that in the books, like Aegon Targaryen, like the younger brother, is like still alive?
Yeah.
So like, the actual true like
king.
So they say like that in the books. Probably what's going to happen is like they will, and I think this is probably what's going to happen on the show. And like this is basically taken from like context and like stuff George R.R. Martin has said. But like, so this is about to be very, very nerdy Game of Thrones talk here.
Preach, son. Go off, King.
Way before the sequences of this story now, there was like the Dance of Dragons, which I think was Aegon the Conqueror. I'm not sure. It was an Aegon, I think.
Yeah.
Versus a sister. So the Targaryen king died. He named his daughter, who was also the oldest, the queen. And he said that that she was to be the queen.
Yeah.
But like a bunch of people were like, well, it's not how it works. You can't just like say who it is. Like, the oldest boy is the king. That's how it works. So they each had like their own insane dragons that like it's called like the Dance of Dragons.
Yeah.
And like they like destroyed, you know, like massive countrysides and like just fought each other. And I think the guy won, but I'm not 100% sure who wins that one. But somebody asked George R.R. Martin like 3 years ago, they were like, yeah, like in the Dance of Dragons, you know, like whatever this happens. And he was like, oh, the Dance of Dragons, are you talking about the first one or the second one? And like pretty much by saying the second one, he was pretty much implying that there was going to be a second one. So like, you would think that like if that's such a huge part of the books, like, so there's not going to be an Aegon Targaryen in the show for sure. Like they've just completely like they've taken his story and like redispersed it to other people. Like
I guess Jon is probably the closest thing to that now, right?
They say his name is Aegon.
Aegon, yeah.
And like in the book, Aegon gets to Westeros before Daenerys does, and he hires the Golden Company. And like at the end of book 5, he is like just like he teams up with Beric Dondarrion, and they are like they are just going on a rampage, like just going off. And that's kind of how the book ends. Is like Daenerys is fighting in Meereen, and Jon dies in the last chapter, and you don't know what happens. So it's like I think probably what will happen in the show, if I was going to guess, is that like the Night King will be defeated in the second last episode or like the third last episode.
Sure.
And then they'll spend the rest figuring out kind of like, then it will be like Jon versus Daenerys kind of.
Sure.
Like kind of like, because I feel like really at the end of the day, the show isn't really about, even though they keep saying winter is coming and all that stuff, it's like the show's not really about, like, who really gives a fuck about the White Walkers? Like, they probably are gonna die, right? I mean, and if they don't, that's just lame, corny as fuck, in my opinion.
What episode they confirmed?
Oh yeah, it's like the third or fourth. That's gonna be like real
Battle of Winterfell or whatever. The one that they confirmed is going to be basically the one that's going to be longer than the Helm's Deep battle. It's going to be the longest television or movie battle sequence in the history of film and TV.
I think it's supposed to be like pretty much the whole episode.
It is. I wouldn't be surprised if that is like, if that's the episode where the Night King goes down. I mean, a lot of people are going to die, man. A lot of fucking people are going to die. I don't know who's going to make it out. I really don't.
I think Bran is... So, like, there's this theory that Bran and the Night King are kind of, like, one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I, like, kind of think that that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that, like... I don't know, like, I feel like the Three-Eyed Raven needs to, like, sacrifice himself sort of for, like, the...
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I just feel like, for some reason, I just get the feeling that, like, all the protagonists that we really like, I think one of Jon and Daenerys will die. And I think that will be the big good guy death. And I think everybody else that we like will pretty much stay alive, other than maybe Bran.
Yeah.
But I think we'll probably keep both Stark girls.
I think Sansa's going to fuck shit up somehow. She's going to fuck it up somehow.
I think she will probably marry something, like maybe she'll like get back with Tyrion or something at the end or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, if Tyrion dies, I'm going to cry. I love Tyrion. He's my favorite.
That would be the other person I would say might die. Just because like, they kind of set it up to where like I could see his death kind of being looked at as like a noble death a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I actually do think, like, I think he's going to die, but I think his death is going to mean something. Like, he's going to go out in a blaze, doing something that
somebody cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
The one death though that I need to happen, and in my opinion, the show will not be. I mean, it's not going to be a failure. Obviously, it's one of the biggest television shows ever created, but I will not be satisfied with the end of that show if I don't see Jaime Lannister fucking kill Cersei. If I don't see him kill his sister, I'm going to be so pissed.
He will. For sure, he will.
It has to. It's the prophecy. It has to.
Yeah, he'll die too, I think, probably.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I think that he will definitely do that. There's no way he won't.
He's a great character. I think he might have one of the best character developments in the whole show, honestly. Like, I love Jaime. Really do. He went from a creepy sister fucker to an awesome noble knight.
Yeah, like, or like somebody I think is a baller, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. I fucking agree.
I guess like he really has done things where he could never be considered a baller. I can't remember if the thing that happened is the thing about how he like killed Tyrion's wife a thing in the show.
Well, Tyrion kills his own wife in the show because she's fucking his dad. Remember?
Well, that's his second wife.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where he falls in love with that whore that only was like orchestrated by Tywin so that like he could like get laid. Yeah. And so that like you fell in love with a whore, you fucking idiot. And they like stone her to death in front of him.
Yeah.
I don't know. In the books, I will say it's almost a certainty that Tyrion is a Targaryen.
Yeah.
And I feel like
that's why I was fucking bummed last year in the last season when they killed off the one, like when the Night King got, like, it's cool. Like, Night King has a dragon. That's going to be fucking dope. I'm not going to say it's not going to be cool. But I was hoping for Jon, Dany, and Tyrion to ride some fucking dragons together.
Me too.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah, I was thinking what's going to happen for sure.
Especially, I felt like they teased it when Tyrion met the dragons and they all like calmed down. I was like, oh, here we go.
Right.
Like, this is it.
Right.
This is the writing on the wall. And then the trailer for it now shows like going up to the dragons and like it looks like they're about to ride some fucking dragons. So
maybe 2 people can, but I feel like that's not how it worked back in the day. I feel like only one, but maybe I feel like or wait, was his dragon the one that he like was able to like touch his snout or whatever?
Tyrion?
Yeah, Tyrion. Was that the one that got killed?
I don't remember now.
I think it was the big one. I think it was like Dany's.
I don't remember now.
Balerion? I don't remember.
That was many seasons ago.
What are the dragons' names again?
I cannot remember.
Viserion?
That's one of them.
Viserion, I think. I think she rides Balerion.
There's Drogon, Rhaegal, and Viserion. Yeah.
Yeah. Drogon is the big one.
Yeah, Drogon is hers. And I think I think Rhaegal is the one that gets killed, isn't it?
I think it's Viserion. He's like the green one.
I'm looking it up. Yeah, he is the green one. Rhaegal. Hold on. Scroll down. I'm on the Game of Thrones.
He's the one named after her piece of shit brother.
Yeah.
He could kind of afford to go.
Damn, what the hell? I can't find it. Also, my computer's being really weird.
Yeah, the jets just turned on my computer, which usually means that it's about to be insanely slow.
Yeah, Viserion's the one that gets killed.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because I feel like that's like the way that they wrote the story, it would just kind of stand to reason to kill the one that's named after the asshole brother.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. God, remember when he got gold poured on his head? That was awesome.
That was awesome. That was when I was kind of like in on the show for the first time, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the 4th episode, and I definitely did not know what the fuck was happening in like the first 3.
And
I remember rewatching the first episode a bunch of times and being like, no idea what's going on here. But then I got just balls deep over it, which I feel like is like you have to do to kind of fully get it. Unless you want to just go, oh, wait, who's this guy again? Like most people. I'm not down with that at all.
So I've been watching Superstore, and one of my there's a funny quote where Garrett, the guy in the wheelchair, is talking about his house rules, and one of them is no talking during Game of Thrones. I was like, yeah, that's very accurate. You do not talk. When me and my buddies watch Game of Thrones, we sit in the dark, we sit with alcohol in our hands, and we do not talk for an hour. That's
exactly
it. Silence.
Dead silence. Like maybe the silence is broken by like a
ooh. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, yeah, one of those.
Exactly. But that's it. Those are the only things that punctuate the silence.
Yeah, maybe a couple claps or some pounders.
Right.
Like fuck yeah.
Right.
That's
and
it.
that adds to the ambiance.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
When we watched John get killed at Bonnaroo, were you there still? I can't remember. Maybe you guys just didn't, or maybe I went with my friends only that year. Yeah, that was the year.
I was not there when John died.
So, dude, it ended. So Bonnaroo was over. Bonnaroo was over. Like Centeroo was completely closed. This is fucking sick. And they had this thing like at the end of the night where they were like, yeah, like anybody that wants to come in, like we're gonna play the season finale of Game of Thrones on the
that's fucking
screen in the other tent. And I was like, oh, sick. And like the thing that sucked is the quality was insanely shitty.
Yeah.
It was like an old screen they were playing it on.
Yeah.
But it was just fun to like have like go back to the tent.
I mean, that's an experience right there.
I was like, yes. I remember being like, all right, this show's fucking jumped the shark, man. That is too far. Like seriously, that's what I was saying to all my friends. I was like, all right, we get it. Anybody can get killed on this show. God, and it was like to do that over the Bonnaroo campsite, the best conversations you have in your life.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Like, there's just nothing better.
I can't wait. I'm so pumped for the Roo, man.
Yeah, I know. God,
I'm so pumped.
I'm honestly considering like, so my one buddy that's out here, can get like free passes to Coachella. I think maybe I was saying this to you.
Yeah.
And if he can't, then I'm honestly considering going to Bonnaroo.
It's a great lineup. It really is.
It is. I can't. It's gonna be. I'm either gonna go to Bonnaroo, or I'm gonna go to New York City and see the Dead. One of the two. I really need to go to New York City. I have somehow never been there before.
I haven't either. I've been to New York, never been to the city.
Like, doesn't even make sense to me. Like,
yeah,
a place that I've like wanted to live my whole life. I've never been there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, do you watch John Mulaney? His like stand-up?
Mm-hmm.
The thing that he says in that is so fucking true. Where he's like, yeah, like I watched this movie called Home Alone 2 when I was a little kid, and I saw him get picked up on like whatever street in a stretch limo with a cheese pizza.
Yeah,
this is the height of luxury. So true.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm so sick. But like, I don't know. Like, I can't really say that for sure. It's I've never been there, but I feel like it's just like when you're in your mid-20s, it's kind of your obligation to have like a weekend that like shortens your lifespan in New York City. You know what I mean? Where like you go there, you don't even really.
I was gonna say a weekend that shortens my lifespan. I've had many of those.
Me too. But I got like they're playing at Citi Field, which I heard is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
See a show at. So maybe I'll just do that. It would probably be cheaper than Bonnaroo.
Well, and then you don't have to. You can check Citi Field off your list of baseball parks without seeing a shitty Mets game.
Right, that's extremely true.
Yeah,
I didn't even think. And I can pretty much cross Queens off the list of places to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's pretty notoriously horrible.
Yeah.
I really need to check out New York City. Like, I feel like I've kind of, like, I don't know. I feel like it's just like, I don't know. You get to like a place like here. Like my dad was like, I don't know. You just kind of see it and you're like, damn, this is kind of how it is, sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it's like, I just want to see that. I like being at the center of the universe. Like
everyone who lives in New York, especially the Barstool people, they always like to tweet through like New York is a different breed. And I'm like, all right, whatever. You're just full of shit. You fucking New York. And then you see things that happen in New York. You're like, oh no, New York is a very different place.
It just has to be. It has to be.
Yeah. Oh
because
yeah.
Like they say that like there's like a little bit more like grizzled than it is here. But even here, dude, like if you go out for a 2-hour walk, or like you go out for 2 hours and you like are on your feet.
Yeah.
You will come back and like when you get back, it's not that you're like tired from like walking. It's you're like I stole this, I think, from John Mulaney too, actually. It's like you're like mentally fatigued from the like scarring things that you see. Like, dude, I just saw for certain a crack whore. Like a girl that was and on crack for a fact. Like here I went on this walk. So like when I first moved here, I just like looked up where LA Live was, and it was like said a 40-minute walk from my house. I was like, it's not that bad. Like I'm not doing anything else. And it was the most harrowing 40 minutes of my entire life. Like, dude, like, I went into this park called Westlake, which is kind of like the area. It's like a very like classic Los Angeles ghetto, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like walking around. You're like, I'm at a loss for words. Like,
where am I? How did I get to this?
It doesn't even make sense. Like, and here I'm interested. I would be interested to see New York, but here the amount of homeless people has reached this level that I like don't get how it's not like a national emergency.
Sure.
Like so in that walk, I walked under this highway overpass that I walked probably for 2 minutes under this overpass, and I had probably another 4 minutes to walk. And I walked for 2 minutes and I just sprinted the entire rest of the way. Like I was, first of all, dude, like when I walked underneath it, there was tents on every inch. And I breathed in the air and threw up in my mouth. Like I just swallowed. Like I was literally like, had to plug my nose and just plug like this and just
sprint.
Just like hearing shuffling inside those tents. You're just like,
oh. What
Star
possibly
Wars.
could be happening in there?
Seriously, dude. Fucking
It makes me think of what's the movie? Is it The Other Guys where the homeless people keep fucking in Will Ferrell's car?
yes.
It is The Other Guy. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, dude, that's like seriously. I feel like what is happening? Like,
What's the guy's name in that movie? Is it Dirty Mike and the Boys? Is that it?
Yeah, I think it's Dirty Mike and the Boys. Yeah.
Dirty Mike and the Boys. That's a great movie.
It was way better than I thought it would be.
Oh yeah.
I think it was gonna be that funny. I remember, and then it ended up being a classic.
It's one of my favorite Will Ferrell and one of my favorite Mark Wahlberg movies.
Agreed. And like, I'm not gonna lie, Mark Wahlberg, if you really think about it, not that many good movies.
Nope. I feel like when Mark Wahlberg has a good one though, he fucking nails it. He usually fucking nails it. But he puts out a lot of stinkers, like Mile 22.
Like, I heard somebody say this about Mark Wahlberg, and they were like, Mark Wahlberg is only good in movies where like the role necessitates somebody that would like not be that good of an actor.
Sure.
So like Dirk Diggler is like perfect for him.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's playing a porn star. So
yeah.
he can kind of just like fit into that role really well because like that's kind of what his acting skill is anyway.
I haven't seen that movie in so long. I need to rewatch it.
It is among the best movies. Like, I'd say it's like up there with like The Godfather and shit.
I would agree. I tend to agree. I just watched The Departed again like a week ago. I forgot how good that movie was, man.
That movie's very good.
Do you know he won? Mark Wahlberg won an Academy Award for that movie. He's not in that movie that much.
That's pathetic. That movie got so much Academy Award buzz, and that's ridiculous, dude. Like, that movie's fine, but like, it's TV good. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like,
yes,
it's like a good movie, but like, it shouldn't have even been nominated for Best Picture.
No,
I don't think.
What else came out that year? That's a lot of research. I don't want to Google it.
Yeah.
You can Google it if you want. I don't want to.
Yeah, nothing. A lot of movies that were better than, or that at least were like just, I don't know, just deserve to win Best Picture more. That don't have, that aren't a movie about a rat, that have a closing shot of a rat.
Yep.
Which is maybe the most heavy-handed thing in the history of filmmaking.
Speaking of Best Picture, did you see Green Book?
Yeah, I saw it.
What'd you think?
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. I thought Mahershala Ali and Viggo Mortensen were excellent in their roles, but it was so formulaic, dude. Like, it was so formulaic. Everything was okay. I'm gonna play some music, then we're gonna travel to a new city, and we're gonna have a conflict between us because we're from different places and we're different people, and that's the time. And then we're gonna go to another city. Something racist is gonna happen, and we're gonna overcome it. And then my music's gonna change a little bit. But I did think that was the best part, was watching how his music changed. I thought that was the coolest part of the whole movie.
Yeah,
so I'm not.
That was the thing I felt like that made it get like nominated for Best Picture.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I just think, especially after seeing it win Best Picture, it's such a back-patty movie that I should have known and just bet on it to win Best Picture. Like, how did I not see that coming?
Yeah,
like, I've been saying this for like the past 3 years, is that just make a movie that is of quality to get, like, so if you're a big director right now that has had other Oscar nominations, and you want to guarantee that you will at least get nominated, make a movie about someone who is gay or black or gay and black, and make it very like, oh, you know, this is what can happen when we all conquer our differences or whatever. The person that makes the movie will almost always be white, first of all.
Yeah.
Well, so then the Academy will be like, yeah, we were not racist all those years before.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, you were.
You were. You're still kind of racist.
Reactionary, and you're
exactly
movies that were not the best win Best Picture. You could have easily picked Roma to win, which was the best picture in my opinion. And then
I loved Roma.
You would have had the same thing. You could have been like, well, you know, it was a Mexican American movie, or it was just a straight up Mexican movie made by a Mexican dude. Like, why does it have to be so hardcore? I'm telling you, dude, I walked out of Moonlight when it won, and I literally looked at my friend and I said, that is Best Picture guaranteed. It won already. Done.
Yeah.
Why I didn't bet on it, because it wasn't the betting favorite, I have no idea. But I should have.
My buddy said, I think this is my best thing I can say about Green Book. Like, it very much felt like Viggo Mortensen's character was like, "Hey, I'm walking here, like I'm from Brooklyn, and
Right.
I'm not that bad because I'm racist against everybody."
Right.
And he said it the best. My buddy said it the best way. He's like, that movie is the kind of movie he said that his grandpa would go see, and he said his grandpa's kind of racist. He said it's the kind of movie his grandpa would go see. Okay, there's no kind of racist. You're racist. I don't want to step on that line. He said his grandpa's racist. He's like, it's the kind of movie his grandpa would see and walk out of it and feel good about himself as like a white person who's racist.
Exactly.
And that's
And
how
then
I felt walking out of it.
Bill Simmons said this, and then you think about who the Academy Award voters are, and then you go, "Oh, the Academy Award voters are that kid's grandpa."
Yeah, exactly.
All of them are old.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma loved Green Book. She was in shock that I wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I walked out of it like kind of not liking it. Like I thought it was fine. Like if I wasn't even thinking about it in its context, maybe I would have liked it a lot more. But like I just went in being like, man, this is exactly like what I said. It's a white dude trying to make himself feel better, and then trying to just be like, we're not racist. Like, well,
no, we're not that bad.
You are racist.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Cast from The Wire would have huge parts.
I saw it after the Oscars, so like I was biased. I mean, I thought Roma was a better movie. I thought A Star Is Born was a better movie. I thought Into the Spider-Verse was a better movie. Like wholeheartedly enjoyed those movies more, and like they like hit me more. Like I just thought they were better. I really did.
They were definitely better.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Spider-Man, but I've heard it's better. It's better.
It comes out on DVD tomorrow. I am buying it on DVD. It's that good. I'm going to own it.
I might go see it in theaters again.
It's so good, dude. It's the movie I have had the most fun. I'm sure I said this after I saw it, but I haven't had that much fun at a theater in years.
And what's so good about it? Is it just like nice? Like
so the animation is fantastic. One, the story is just interesting. Like it's a different take on superheroes. It is like Miles Morales is just cool. So like his dad is black, his mom's Hispanic, and like so it gives a different take on the Spider-Man lore, but you still also get like Peter Parker Spider-Man, and you get all these other guys that come together. It's just fun, it's intense, it's sad, it's dramatic. Like you're gonna be sad. Like it's gonna
Miles
hit
Morales is that guys, right?
No. I don't want to spoil too much. His dad doesn't die, but you'll go see it. You will like it. I guarantee you will like it.
That's crazy. In Spider-Man the video, Miles Morales' dad gets killed in a bomb by the.
Oh yeah. Oh, I played Spider-Man. Hell yeah. Great game. Great.
I got 100% completion on that game.
I don't think I have 100% because I beat the game. And then like Red Dead came out, and I was like, all right, well, it's time for this.
That was the first game I ever got, and dude, it was easy as fuck to get 100% completion on it.
Oh yeah, that game is very simple to play. You just swing around and fuck shit up.
There was not ever a learning curve for that game ever.
No,
it was just like, all right, I'm just gonna like press X, like kind of at the time they tell me to do.
Yeah,
and I'll be fine. And like honestly, I'm way more about stealth in games that. It's like, dude, if a video game wants you to do stealth shit, it's easier to do stealth shit than just kill a billion people.
Yes, it is.
Like, I don't know. It was just like, especially if you've played Assassin's Creed, that game was so easy. And Assassin's Creed is ridiculously easy, but that was an easier version of Assassin's Creed.
So speaking of Assassin's Creed, I don't know. Have you played the newest Assassin's Creed?
No, I stopped after the pirate one.
Okay. That one was great. I liked the pirate one.
Me too. The pirate one was sick as fuck.
I think that saved their franchise by introducing boats, honestly.
Do they still have all the other games?
Oh yeah. They didn't have it in the Syndicate, which was like the London one where you were the gang leader. But I liked that one too. But the newest one is like takes place during like Greek mythological times. My buddy just bought it. I was playing at his house the other day. So it no longer has So there's two options to the game. There's exploration mode and like classic mode or whatever. And the classic mode, you have your markers and it tells you where to go for missions and shit like that. And in exploration mode, you just go. Like you just go out into the world and you just find shit. Like you discover clues that lead you to missions. You talk to people that give you like just
That's
go.
sick.
Oh yeah, he said that it's so much more fun. It's just way more fun.
I don't know. That's just a great game for adults.
Oh yeah.
The original Assassin's Creed were rated M video games for kids.
Mm-hmm.
I always kind of thought they were just so easy.
I contemplated buying it, but I still haven't beaten Red Dead. I want to beat Red Dead before I buy my next like big story-driven game. And I think the next game I gotta get is Zelda. Like I need to get Legend of Zelda.
You have Switch?
Yeah, I need a good solo game to play on my Switch. Like all I have is.
I have to say, I'm shocked that you've had a Switch and not gotten the game. It's
taken a lot of self-control.
How good the game is. Like it's the only like the night before I left.
I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now.
At my friend's house. So I don't have the only game I have with me right now. So my fucking dog ate my Super Mario Odyssey.
Ooh.
And I left my Super Smash. So I only have Zelda. It Dust is so fucking good, dude. Like it is so fun. God, I love it.
I've played it. Like I have a buddy, the guy who got me into the Switch before I bought mine. I was playing it on his, and I was like, I need this shit.
The new Pokemon game coming out for Switch, which is the main reason I bought a Switch in the first place, is because I read that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee games like fucking lame in my opinion. Like
I love Let's Go Pikachu. I loved it. I had a blast. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I never played it, but like I just figured that it like. Did you not have to do Pokemon Go or whatever?
No, like it's not Pokemon. So it's the same as Pokemon Go in the fact that you don't like the only thing that's similar is you don't battle Pokemon in the wild. You just catch them like Pokemon Go. And I actually liked that because the pace of play was exponentially faster.
Yeah,
and the 3D world was awesome. At a certain point, like you can fly anywhere. And so the HMs or whatever don't exist anymore. Your Pikachu or your Eevee learns all those moves that you need: strength, cut, surf, fly, all of them. Your Pikachu or your Eevee can learn them. But then you can get like other Pokemon. Like if you have a Charizard, you can literally just fly over everything on the map and just keep flying and just fly and just drop wherever you want. It's fucking tight. It's very fun.
It. See, that's what I'm sure they'll have that stuff in the new one. Like,
oh yeah,
it was just interesting to see that was definitely like a good like visualization of like what the game could look like. You know what I mean? Like seeing the gameplay footage of those games.
Yeah,
you're like, okay, like this is kind of what's possible. I've played pretty much every single Pokemon game. Like I've had all the systems that you would need to have to play them on.
Yeah.
And they've gotten super good at like making the games for adults now. Like, and like just the reviews I read just kind of made it seem like the Pokemon, like the Pikachu and Eevee had taken those out of the game. So like the super, super, super intensive trainings that you do.
Yeah.
And like just the grinding and like, I don't know, like there's all these just random shit that you do in the new Pokemon games that I'm just hoping are in the new ones because I can spend so much time on that. It looks so good, dude.
That is the Let's Go Pikachu. Like it was substantially easier than every other Pokemon game I've played. But right. I also bought the Pokeball to go with it. And when you buy that Pokeball, you could put a Pokemon in it. And if you walked or like I just had it in my pocket and walked around with it, or if I'm sitting at my desk at work and I like shake it or like play with the joystick, it like levels up your Pokemon.
Wow.
And it gives you shit too. So like you take them out of the Pokeball when you're playing the game and they'll have leveled up like I would do it for a day at work and I would level up like 20 levels, get like 15 rare candies. Like it was obscene.
Yeah, I remember them tinkering with technology like that on one of like the games for like DS or 3DS, and it was really sick that you could do that. That's so fucking crazy.
I mean, it was a blast, but like by the end of the game, I will say by the end of the game, like I breezed through the Elite Four. Like, didn't die once. I don't think any of my Pokemon fainted. I just fucking cruised through it.
Like they've changed in like the past like 3 generations. They've like changed the battling kind of to where it's like it used to sort of be like if you had the best Pokemon, you just like won. You know what I mean? Like you got to a point where like no Elite Four could beat you or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like the game have like the Elite Four kind of like when I came back to play the Elite Four the second time in like the most recent ones, I don't even remember what they were.
Yeah.
It was incredibly hard. Like,
oh yeah.
The last guy was like level 90 Pokemon.
Yeah.
And like, so like they've changed it to where you need to focus on like your Pokemon stats. So it's not just like so the game makes you breed your Pokemon. So like you catch a Pokemon and you look at it and you're like, oh, this Pokemon's kind of shitty. The stats are shitty. So I don't really want this. Like, I don't want this Growlithe. Let's just say, like, it's got shitty stats.
Yeah.
So you get a Ditto, and you just take it to the day camp or whatever, and like you just have a Growlithe fuck a Ditto until you have perfect stats right across the board. Till the Growlithe can be born where it has 10 in every single category, and then like it can get 100 in every category.
Yeah.
They're called like perfect Pokemon, which are really hard to get. But like they've made it now, so like you need to kind of do that to beat the Elite Four the second time.
Oh yeah.
There's like a bunch of different stuff. Like I don't know, that I just get a kick out of spending the time doing it.
It's definitely. I love Pokemon. I'm never not gonna like Pokemon. I'm always gonna want to play it. Which are you leaning towards right now, Sword or Shield?
Sword.
I mean, yeah, because it's cooler.
Right.
Swords are cooler than shields. Duh.
Right. I like the artwork for it a little more too.
Okay. For me, it comes down to I gotta see who the. I need to know more about the game. Obviously, like I need to know what the legendary Pokemon they're gonna put in it are, and like decide which one's cooler and all that shit.
Right.
Wow, we went off the rails on this shit. We started with sports, like really cool shit. We got to movies. We went to Game of Thrones. Now we're on Pokemon.
I know, dude. It's pretty good, honestly.
I like it.
Like, this has been our best effort so far. I feel like we're gonna like look at. Been doing this for like a long ass time. I feel like.
Yeah, we have. It's been over an hour.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Let's see. Good. Let me look. When did we start? We started at 5:40. 5:41. You sent me the invite, so say 5:45. It's 7:13 in my time.
I was gonna say it's 5:13 here. It's like started it there 5 o'clock. It's gonna finish 5 o'clock here or whatever.
We keep it going for another 2 hours. It might as well be a mixtape podcast.
Yeah. Dude, so I was my friend out here came up with this idea that he said I could have. And like when I get my own spot, I'm gonna kind of start taking this a lot. Like I'm just gonna kind of start trying to do a lot more creative stuff like this. And like I've been writing since I've been out here, but just like have my own. So he said that I should start a podcast or like a radio show called Mick at Night.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, just by that name alone.
Rolls off the tongue.
I feel like I should just start like a Colin Cowherd type show where I just like sit here starting at like 7 o'clock Eastern time. And I just talk and random people call in. Like my friends in Cleveland, I can't remember the exact name of the show. They do this kind of like fringe, like making fun of like Alex Jones type show that's on like this random college radio station in Cleveland.
Nice.
Like the idea of doing that kind of idea, like mixed, like almost doing like an indie rock sports show. You know what I mean? Like we have more underground kind of sensibilities, but like at the end of the day, we like to talk about sports, but like, I don't know. It's kind of like tough. Like I feel like a lot of people that talk about sports that you see on TV are very like professional or very like pros kind of. But like, I don't know. I feel like we kind of come at it from a good perspective a little bit.
It's a blue collar area because you know we're Midwestern. We're homegrown.
We are. I think that like I don't know. Like I feel like we're more artistic than a lot of Midwestern people, and I feel like that's like a market inefficiency. Like I feel like that is just like that'll make you money. Like that's kind of what I thought about being here. Is that being a Midwest normal person will, like, make you stand out? It's super not true. You just have to be even more ridiculous.
It's gotta be extra.
That's like the biggest lunatic possible, and like then you'll be a baller. But like unless you're doing that, you're just not going to get noticed, I guess.
No.
All right, well here let's wrap it up because I have to go take the Browns to the Super Bowl.
I understand. So, I gotta go eat some dinner, and I'm actually getting a phone call from work. What's the rest of your week look like, or the weekend?
Let's aim to do one Thursday, just because I feel like if we aim for doing it Thursday, then we'll end up doing it on Friday.
Okay, I'm cool with that. I will say I'm going to see Us on Thursday.
So I'm going to see fucking Bill Burr at the Comedy Cellar on Thursday.
There you go.
I'm seeing Us on Friday night. So we'll squeeze it in those two things. Sometime.
Hell yeah. All right. Worst case scenario, I got a wedding to go to Friday. My
girlfriend's
in town for, but Sunday I got nothing going on. So at the latest, Sunday is our day. But I'm fine to shoot for earlier.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool. Let's do it, man.
All right,
good to talk to you. Talk to you later, man.
Talk to you later. Go Brownie.
Hell yeah, dude. We got this shit.
We do. That's right.
Peace out.
Later.